Welcome to World Thing TV, I'm Dave Canole. We're looking at the Kia Stinger. It's the car that a lot of people have been talking about. This particular model is the GT line, the top of the range with the turbo 2-litre 4-cylinder petrol. Kia Stinger, it's a very unusual car in that it's a big rear-wheel drive sedan coming from a company that many didn't expect would build such a car. Hints of European influences. We're looking at a bit of Maserati, possibly even a bit of Jaguar, Aston Martin, those rear flanks. Big tyres, big tyres from Continental. A beautiful profile. Some have likened it to, believe it or not, even with that long bonnet and sort of cab position of a Jaguar E-Type. I possibly wouldn't go that far, but you can kind of get where they're coming from. It is definitely a beautiful car, a handsome car, and it drives very well. The Stinger GT line with the distinctive double bow LED driving lights and the LED indicators just underneath. Functional vents there at the front underneath the headlights. Functional vents that come through into the side here just before the doors. Vents on the bonnet, aesthetic only. Bit of a shame, because if they were functional too, it would be a great trifecta. There's a definite European influence into the design of the dash, especially the centre section here. Very elegant look, very ergonomic. Just wish the volume control for the radio was over here, even though it's on the steering wheel. Sometimes you'd like to be able to do it like this. Clean laid out buttons there for your air conditioning, not operated via the touchscreen, which is fantastic. Touchscreen itself looks like it comes out of the dash. It doesn't, it's actually a fixed unit. We've even got down here a slight change to the way that we do have, yes, we have venting in these seats, which is great. Just a little flick of the toggle switch there. Parking sensors, and of course a view button. Now here's an interesting little fact about this. You actually have to be in drive to change those views, and as you can see, we've got all around, or we can just go through to the front camera. Handy for reverse parking, for example, that one, and it looks absolutely sensational. And of course that superimposed 360-degree layout. The drive modes themselves, very simple, just a little switch of the dial there, and this is what we have to offer. We've got custom, sport, eco, and as it disappears, smart as well. Custom I've never actually looked at. The others, pretty simple. Eco, nice and cheap to run. Comfort, very comfortable, easy change of the gears, and it's a fantastic gearbox. And of course Smart, which learns how you drive. Sport just holds the gears a little bit longer. Also comes up here on that dash and gives you an idea of the kind of inclination that the gear change settings and the drive mode settings all have. Digital radio, absolutely fantastic to have. We have a look at our home button, or even better, our setup button, more correctly. As you can see, we do have a number of options available. It is a nice simple touch screen. We can just flick across into there and go into our advanced modes, and you can go through and just change a few little bits and pieces in here. But it's the navigation mode that probably has a little bit more interesting for some people, and that you can actually turn on or off some of these safety camera alerts, other traffic alerts, for example, like overtaking lane. It'll tell you if it's a children crossing, a school zone. Problem is, it tells you that all the time. It doesn't tell you that morning and afternoon. It's a 24/7 situation. A slight oddity here in that we get power seats for the driver, but the passenger seat is completely manual. You do get some pretty decent legroom, however, both front, and plenty of legroom in the back. No, the hat's not there for scale. It's something that we use to keep the sun off our heads. Funny that in Australia, isn't it? What I do like though is this almost Bender from Futurama look of the rear console there with those vents, and we've got the 12-volt and USB socket. This is the heartbeat of this particular car. It's a 2-litre turbo 4. You can of course get the 3.3-litre V6 twin turbo. Over 500 newton meters of torque and a fair amount of power, 232 kilowatts. This one you're looking at 184 kilowatts and 353 newton meters. Both cars driving an 8-speed automatic gearbox down to the big talking point, the rear wheels. The Kia Stinger GT line with the 4-cylinder engine is hamstrung by two things: 150 newton meters less of torque and a slightly softer rear end compared to the SI V6 that we had prior to this car. But apart from that, with all the extra equipment, all the safety features, and in all honesty, it's a slightly better looking design up front. It is an absolute ripper car to have. Pay your $55,000, $56,000 plus on-road costs and you won't regret it. For Real Thing TV, I'm Dave Knoll.